Hello and welcome everyone to the beautiful campus of the Knights here at Lone Peak High School in Highland, Utah for ninth week action of Utah boys basketball here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. I'm Nate Thatcher, so happy to have you here with us tonight as we gear up for a top 15 matchup between the 12th ranked Skyridge Falcons and the number 11 Lone Peak Knights. For Lone Peak, the Knights are coming off of their first loss in Region 3 with a tough drop to a really good American Fork squad. Led by first-year head coach Izzy Engel, the Knights have been able to compete with some of the best here in the state of Utah, but have only one ranked win on the year against Corner Canyon from 1 week ago on this very floor. Lone Peak is looking to get another impressive win at home here tonight against the Falcons of Skyridge, and they're going to need their best to perform to do so. Look for the star junior Cole Fotheringham to put on a show tonight alongside his electric point guard in Saxon Young, as they both can be deadly from the perimeter when shooting. Meanwhile, for Skyridge, the Falcons are also coming off of their first and only loss in region play to Lehigh at home, a team that sits just before them in the current region standings. Skyridge also has one solo win against a ranked team in Layton, but have also had the chance to play elite teams such as Timpview and Westlake that can prepare them for this moment on the road. Fotheringham should have his fair share in competition down low, as he will face a fantastic forward duo in seniors Ryder Gentry and Carson Mosteller, who combined for over a third of the team's total offensive production. Who will get the marquee win tonight? We are about to find out on the Rewind Sports Network. Starting lineups being introduced on the floor, and we will introduce them for you here as well up in the booth. For the Falcons, it will be Hunter Sheffield, Zach Gagan, Joel Gardner, Ryder Gentry, and Carson Mosteller. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it will be Crew Fotheringham, Logan Brimhall, Camden Broadhead, and they will go alongside Saxon Young, that star junior guard, and Jaden Hughes. As mentioned in the pregame, Izzy Engel in his first season as head coach, boasting a 9-7 record. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, led by Jeff Gardner in his 10th year, looking to get win number 131 here tonight on the road. And apologies for a misstep. It will be Cole Caton, not Hughes, in the starting lineup. Lone Peak in the home white with black trim. The Falcons in that road black with orange trim. We've got a rowdy crowd on hand for you tonight. Should be a good one. Lone Peak student section dressed in jersey attire of a variety sort, NFL, NBA, and the like. Tip is up and away and controlled by Skyridge. They're going to be moving right to left on your screen. Here's Gentry up top. It'll be a handoff to Gardner. Gardner now in the corner. He recollects it top of the key. Mosteller now has it. He's going to go one-on-one and gets it off the glass for the opening 2 points of the contest.
Carson Mosteller.
Knights on the other end. Here's Fotheringham. Cross-court pass. Young. In the corner. Now here is Caden. He drives, picks up his dribble, goes for an alley-oop, but it hits rim. Able to recollect, and he gets his own two. That notches things up at 2 after one possession apiece. Mosteller in the corner. He drives. High outlet pass. Now recollects. Gardner on the layup. Misses. Fotheringham with the rebound. Let's go quick in transition. Fotheringham gets a screen from Broadhead. He's going to hand off. Camden has it left side. Hand off back to Fotheringham. Crew's going to drive. Now in the corner. Three-pointer up and short. But Fotheringham recollects. It's an alley-oop down low. Broadhead for the layup. He can't make it. Last touch by... They're going to say it's last touch by the Falcons, so it'll stay here with the Knights. Caden had a good look there from the corner. Just couldn't get it to drop. So Young will inbound. Looking to find a teammate. Still looking. Finds Broadhead outside on the perimeter. Hand off Caden. Back to Young. Left side. Young's going to drive. Oh, nice between the leg dribble. And he'll be fouled. Oh, and he's slow to get up outside the paint. Took a hard fall after that shot. Surrounded by his teammates. Still on the floor. Puts a thumbs up, though. And help to his feet by his teammates. Gingerly walking, though. Looked to be some sort of a hip injury as he hit the deck hard. So the foul will go against Joe Gardner. That will be his first, as well as the team's first here in the opening quarter. The 5'11 junior guard now approaching the line. Young, one of the most electric three-point shooters in the entire state of Utah. He's got 47 made threes this season. That ranks 6th in the 801 as he makes the first. That goes alongside 4.3 assists per game, 2 steals a contest, and he averages over 15.5 points per game. And when his team needs a bucket, he can absolutely give them one. Looking to go 2 for 2 from the line, and does. Knights now lead it 4-2. Hughes will now check in. Coming in for Young.
He replaces Saxon Young.
So here come the Falcons. Here's Mosteller. Now in the middle. Now back with him. Still using the rock, toting it right. Here's Gardner. Back up top, Gagan. 15 on the shot clock. Gentry's going to drive. Spin move, meets the double team. Gagan driving baseline, right side, loses the dribble for a moment, kicks it out. Mosteller for 3. Bullseye. Falcons retake the lead, 5-4. Fotheringham on the right. Guarded by Gagan, now hands off Hughes. Hughes now in the corner. Here's Brimhall. Brimhall's going to drive. Out in the corner. Three-pointer no good that time for Caton. Skyridge controls on the fast break. Gentry, it's a one-on-one with Caton. Picks up his dribble outside the paint. Now he recollects baseline. Knights in a man-to-man defense. He's going to take the one-on-one, overshoots. Hughes with the board. Crew, one-on-one right side. And Falcons wanted to carry that time. Instead, it's going to be Brimhall, 4-3. 7-5, Lone Peak leads. Gentry up top, guarded by Broadhead. Handoff Mosteller. Now Gagan's going to call for a screen. He'll take it right. It's a switch. He's got Broadhead on him. Now he picks up his dribble inside the perimeter on the right. Ball's tipped around. Mosteller recontrols. 10 on the shot clock. He drives, goes left side, gets it off the glass for 2. All notched up here at 7. Here's Fotheringham, still looking to get his first points of the contest. Gagan guarding him closely. Brimhall now in the corner. Back out with Caton. Handoff Hughes. Hughes will pop a 3. No good. Mosteller in transition. Got it left side. He'll hold up. Gagan, handoff Gentry. Mosteller now has it, working their way around the clock. Sheffield bobbled to play for a moment. That's going to be a double dribble. Excuse me, that was Gardner that forced the turnover for the Falcons. So coming in for Skyridge, it will be Koa Walwork alongside Ripken Roberts. And Saxon Young checking back in as Caton checks out. A reminder, our clock is unofficial here on the Rewind Sports Network. We're going to try and keep it as close as possible, but at times it may be ahead and behind. Here's Hughes, left side. Brimhall, top of the key, is going to drive. Kick out. Hughes, corner 3. It was tipped and blocked. Falcons get the board. Gentry in transition, gets it ripped away. Now here goes Young. Young weaving his way, top of the key. He's going to drive. Oh, tough fadeaway jumper. Falls short. And rebound will be fought for, and a foul will go against Brimhall.
Foul committed by number 32, Logan Brimhall.
That'll be the first team foul for Lone Peak with under 4 to go here in the first. Wallwork brings it slowly across the timeline. Gentry out of the soft screen, now handoff Roberts. Back over to Gagan, right side. Knights are sticking with that man defense. Gentry up top, 15 on the shot clock, back with Gagan. Now here's Wallwork. Wallwork, oh, a nice pass and a cutting Gagan for 2. Falcons take the lead, 9-7. Fotheringham on the other end. He is getting defended closely. Brimhall in the corner. Cross-court pass Hughes. Hughes drives baseline, and it looks like he stepped out of bounds. Skyridge playing some great defense here in the opening quarter, forcing some turnovers. Wallwork brings it across half court. Knights now moving in a 2-3 zone. Gagan, left side, mid-range jumper. No good that time, but an offensive rebound comes out to Mosteller for 3. Bullseye! Good shot for 33. Lead out to 5 now, 12-7, Falcons. Young on the other end, a foul called against Koa. That'll be the second team foul, first personal for Koa.
His first personal, second team foul.
Young collects the inbound pass. Now here's Fotheringham. Oh, he drops a defender. Oh, and they're going to call an offensive foul. Fotheringham simply asking for some clarification. Hard to make that call when you have bodies hitting the floor. That was quite the move by Fotheringham. Some more subs now coming back in for the Falcons. So it'll be Gardner back in. And he's alongside Sheffield. Knights sticking with that 2-3 zone. Gardner for 3, no good. It's short, Brimhall collects. Stops top of the key, Fotheringham right side. Crew, cross-court pass, Young for a triple, book it! And stoppage of time as the ball got away from the Falcons, looking to inbound. Wallwork looking to coach Gardner for the call in the half court. Now it's a 1-3-1 zone. Sheffield for 3. No good. Fight for the rebound. Last touched by Skyridge, so it'll be with Lone Peak. So Gagan and Gentry coming back in.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 3.
As Mosteller and Roberts come out. Approaching a minute to go here in the opening quarter. One-score game. Falcons lead it 12-10. Here's Hughes, left side. Handoff Brimhall. Back over to Fotheringham. Young now has it in the corner. He's going to bring it out. Crew, he's going to drive. Nice pass down low. Broadhead misses. Here's Gagan on the other end. Falcons wanted to reach and thought they heard a hand slap. Here's Gagan. Oh, missed pass in the corner. Thought he saw his teammate, but couldn't find it. About a 7-second difference between shot and game clock. So Knights looking to hold here. Coach Eagle calls out the play. Have to think they move later in the shot clock, but it looks like they're moving now. Here's Fotheringham, top of the key. Right side, Hughes. Back over to Young. Rechecks. 10 on the shot clock. Hand off Broadhead. Alley-oop for Fotheringham. Who gets his first bucket? Waiting seconds. Here's Wallwork. And a foul will be called against the Knights.
Foul committed by number 2, Sexton Young. His first personal.
So Young will pick up his first, third team foul for the Knights. Mosteller checking back in.
For the Falcons, number 33, Carson Mosteller.
Skylar Andrioli getting his first minutes here tonight as he checks in. Fotheringham coming out. And Caton checking back in as well. Box formation for the Falcons. Nice pass down low to Gentry. And blocked, but a foul.
Foul committed by number 5, Camden Broadhead.
So Broadhead picks up his first as
Team foul.
the 6'5 senior forward heads to the line. Looking to shoot two.
Falcons.
Gentry having a stellar senior season, averaging 14.6 points a contest. Just a little over 6 rebounds a game as the first one rattles out. That rebound stat ranks 7th in the entire 6A division of Utah. 2.1 steals per game, which also ranks in the top 7 in 6A. And just under 3 assists per game for number 30. Looking to go 1 for 2 from the line, and does. Lone Peak now with a chance to get a last-second heave off. And Caton double clutching, can't get it to go. And the Falcons lead it 13-12 here at the end of the first on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. The Skyridge Falcons 13-12 as we head into the second quarter. Back and forth affair there in that opening period. Multiple lead changes. No real one player stepping up for the Knights. Meanwhile, for the Falcons, it's Carson Mosteller with an early 11 points in the first quarter. So 11 of the 13 coming from number 33.
To start the second period.
Knights will start with the basketball. Young, guarded by Gardner. Hands off Caton, left side. Caton looking to get a screen. Instead, he's going to drive baseline. Picks up his dribble. Guarded by Mosteller. Risky pass to Fotheringham, but he collects. Fotheringham looking to drive. Still looking. In the corner is Caton. Caton's going to kick out. Young, right side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. He's going to call out a screen from Broadhead. It's on the left. He'll take it. There's a quick double team for a moment. Oh, nice sidestep three. Can't fall. Gentry with the rebound. Meanwhile, on the other end, body hits the floor, and a charge will be called.
Offensive foul, number 4, Ripken Roberts.
Ripken Roberts picks up his first, but nice transition defense by the home team. Young calls out the play. Dribbles it right. Looking to get a screen from Camden. Camden now rolling off the pick and roll. Layup up and in.
Camden Broadhead.
Knights retake the lead. Back to a 2-3 zone defense for Lone Peak. And Caton almost picked it off. Roberts able to recollect. Mosteller now has it right side. Down to Roberts. Thought about a mid-range jumper. Now back out to Mosteller. Roberts thought about a three. Drives baseline. Got to get a shot off. Gagan from deep. No good. Brimhall with the board. Brimhall now has it. Far side. And he'll be fouled as he attempts to drive. Foul goes against Gentry. That's the second team foul. First personal against Ryder.
Ryder, Gentry.
So Sheffield will check in.
For the Falcons, number 2, Hunter Sheffield.
And Roberts will check out. Here's Fotheringham. Guarded by Gagan. Oh, nice spin move down low. Picks up his dribble. Fadeaway jumper. Can't fall. Sheffield's got the basketball. Hand off Gagan. Gagan bounce pass in the corner to Mosteller. Mosteller take a sidestep three. He's on fire.
Carson Mosteller.
What a first half for Carson Mosteller. Falcons retake the lead now, 16-14. Young's going to drive. Kick out. Caton for three. No good. Carson with a rebound. Outlet pass in the corner. Gardner. He's going to drive baseline. Layup up. No good, but he's fouled on his attempt to do so.
Foul committed by number 32, Logan Brimhall.
That'll be the team first, but second personal for Brimhall. It is a shooting foul.
First team foul.
So the 6'2 senior guard now at the line. Excuse me. The 6'2, it is. They're both 6'2. The 6'2 senior guard now at the line. Looking at a different player on my sheet as he goes 1 for 1. Extending the lead out to 3. Gardner having a nice season as well, averaging almost 11 points per game. He's top 14 in 6A in assists per game at 3.7. And he's also able to pick it off a couple times, averaging 2 steals per game. But he goes 1 for 2 from the line. Here's Young. Oh, nice move down low. Handoff Broadhead. Camden goes up, but it's going to be a travel with the basketball. Young able to make a pretty move in the paint, but Knights can't convert as they still trail.
He replaces number 11, Joel.
Gardner's going to check out as Walworth comes back in. Back to a 2-3 zone here for the Knights. In the middle, here's Gagan. Nice pass down low. Last touch by Gentry. Turnover Falcons.
Basketball.
Very balanced scoring effort for the Knights. Everyone on the floor has scored at least 1 bucket. Team leader right now is Young with 5. Mosteller, meanwhile, for the Falcons already with an early 14 points. Falcons sticking with a man defense. 15 on the shot clock as Fotheringham has it left side. Drives. He's blocked. Great defense by Gagan. Here's Walworth looking to go coast to coast. Rethought his pass at the last second. It's another turnover. Last touch by Gentry.
Knights ball.
Coach Gardner telling his point guard to just go up. And you really can't argue with that debate. Young for 3. Oh, rattles in and out. Walworth across the timeline. Still moving in that zone, able to work it into the middle. Walworth, top of the key 3. Bullseye. Lead balloons up to 6. Young on the other end. Here's Broadhead, right side. In the corner, Caton. Caton drives baseline. Cross-court pass, finds its way to Fotheringham. He's going to drive. Beautiful ball movement leads to a Broadhead layup. Mosteller, meanwhile, quickly on the other end. In the corner, Sheffield for 3. No good, overshoots. Fotheringham. Right side, sidestep 3. Can't cash it in. Mosteller with another rebound, and he'll be fouled. So that will be the second team foul here of the second for Lone Peak, but the first to go against Cole Caton.
Checking in for the Knights, Jaden Hughes, number 0. He replaces Cole Caton.
Coach Gardner calls out the play. Lone Peak still sticking with that 2-3. Falcons have been able to get good ball movement. That transition to the middle finds Gentry down low baseline. Cross-court pass, Mosteller. Now in the corner, Gagan. Gagan back out. Mosteller for 3. A rare miss for him in this first half. Hughes open on the other end. Goes up for the layup. Can't get it to go, but he's fouled. That's going to go against Mosteller. So third team foul here of the second, but the first personal against Carson. It'll send the 6'5 senior to the line for 2.
At the line, number 0, Jaden Hughes.
First free throw up and through. Jaden averaging 6.6 points per game. Sheffield comes out. Gardner back in.
Into the Falcons, number 11, Joel Gardner.
Hughes looking to go 2 for 2 from the line, and does. One-score game, 2018 our score. Skyridge leads. Here's Walwork with an alley-oop. What a play. Gentry able to convert. Lead back up to a two-possession game. Fotheringham picked off on the other end. Gentry out to Gardner, but Young steals it right back. Knights have numbers if they want it. Fotheringham in the corner. Kick out Hughes. Cross-court pass. Brimhall. He drives baseline and he'll be fouled. That'll be the fourth team foul against the Falcons, so one more will put Lone Peak in the bonus.
14th foul. Checking in.
So Mosto's going to check out as that's two quick fouls, and that's a big foul because he is the hot hand by far for Skyridge. And we've got another foul, it looks like. It will be, so that should put Lone Peak in the bonus.
Foul committed by number 3, Zach Gagan.
So Gagan picks up his first, but now for the remaining 2.5 minutes of the second quarter, the Knights will be shooting free throws anytime they're fouled. Fotheringham can't connect the first free throw.
Into the game for the Knights, number 5.
Knights shooting 63% as a team from the line for the season. Andrioli back in for Lone Peak. As Brimhall checks out. Fotheringham goes 1 for 2. Back to a one-score game. Walwork right side. In the middle, Gagan. Gagan still in the middle. Dishes it out. Koa. Handoff Gentry. Gentry's going to drive. Oh, nice spin move down low against Broadhead. Leaves it short. And Fotheringham gets the rebound. Young now has it. Looking to get a screen. And Broadhead goes off. Fotheringham back to Young. Saxon's going to slow it down and move left. Now he's going to drive. In the corner, Hughes. Out to Andrioli for 3. No good. Gentry with the rebound. Walwork. Back to Gentry. Now to Walwork for another 3. Leaves it off the right side. Out to Young. Young to Andrioli. Underneath the basket. He's double teamed and he'll be fouled. So Schuyler's going to head to the free throw line for 2 more.
His second personal.
So that'll be the second against Koa. Mosteller set to check back in for the Falcons. Andrioli's first free throw up and no good. The 6'3" senior guard averaging just a little bit over 3 points per game. So it'll be Sheffield checking out as Mosteller comes back in. 14 first half points for Carson. And he could be critical for them in the final 90 seconds here of the first half. Andrioli goes 0 for 2. Walwork, cross court, Gagan. Out to Mosteller. Coach Gardner asking for movement against the zone. Walwork, he's going to drive. Kick out, Gagan. Corner, Mosteller for 3. Second straight miss from downtown for him. Here's Young on the right side. Under a minute to go now in the first half. Baseline Broadhead. He's double teamed. Finds Hughes. He cuts. Someone's open. Fotheringham. 4-3. Got it. Ties things up here at 22. Falcons going to hold for the last shot. Skyridge moves it across the timeline. Knights sticking with that 2-3 zone, and it's worked fairly effectively here. Under 10 to go. Gagan, left side. He's going to drive. Picks up his dribble. Mosteller, corner three once more. Got it again! Carson Mosteller, with the first half of his life, ends it with 17 points after 2 quarters. Skyridge leads it by 3, 25-22 as we head into the break here on the Rewind Sports Network on KSLSports.com. As we get ready for second half action between the Knights and the Skyridge Falcons. Nate Thatcher here on the Rewind Sports Network. Happy to bring you this second half. Back and forth affair, but really the story of the game, Carson Mosteller, the senior forward for the Falcons, with 17 first half points, including a 3-pointer at the buzzer to give them that 3-point advantage you see now. Falcons will now move left to right on your screen, as Mosteller now has it in the corner. Thought about a sidestep 3, but he's guarded closely by Fotheringham. Instead, it's out to Gentry. Gentry, nice pass down low, but Sheffield gives up the play back out to Gagan. Gagan to Mosteller, another 3. Game of his life, and it continues. The average is 14 a game. He's already up to 20, and we just started the third quarter. Brimhall, left side, out to Fotheringham. Handoff, Caton in the corner. Back out with Crew. Fotheringham just with 6 points in the first half. Spin move, almost got it picked off. Nice pass down low, Broadhead. Layup up and in. Here's Mosteller in the corner. Out to Gagan. Gagan, nice pass down low, but Sheffield pump faked. Here's Gardner. And it's picked off. Brimhall's got it. Brimhall's going to go coast to coast and lay it up and easy. Down to a 2-point game. In the middle, Gentry, mid-range jumper, no good. Brimhall, another board. Here's Young on the other end, out to Fotheringham. Kick out. Nice pass, Caton wide open for 3, and he buries it. And just like that, the Knights have taken the lead. 7-0 run for Lone Peak, and it continues. Caton wide open, another layup good. Timeout, Jeff Gardner, and we'll take it with him as the Knights now lead it by 3 on an impressive run to start the third here on the Rewind Sports Network. Both teams coming out of a timeout just called by Skyridge as Lone Peak went on a 9-0 run to retake the lead 31-28. Falcons have to come up with some sort of scoring outside of Mosteller as he has 20 of the 28 points. Meanwhile, on the other end, extremely balanced. Caton with 7, Young with 5, Fotheringham with 6, Broadhead with 6, and Brimhall with 5. Well work into the game for the Falcons. Knights sticking with that 2-3 zone. Here's Gentry in the middle. Kick out, and it's picked off. Foul against Wallwork as Young was ready to go into the fast break. So that'll be the third foul against Wallwork, but first team foul for Skyridge here in the third. Young is going to move it left. Now cuts back in right. Recollects, loses the ball for a moment at the top of the key. He's going to drive. Tough layup, falls in the foul. Now an 11-0 run.
Foul committed by number 2, Hunter Sheffield. His first personal.
So Sheffield will come out as Gardner comes in.
Number 11, Joel Gardner checks in for the Falcons. Saxon Young shoots 1.
Young looking to get 3 points the old-fashioned way. Can't, leaves it too strong, but Broadhead fighting for the offensive rebound, still fighting. Last touched by Lone Peak, so it's heading Skyridge's direction. Wallwork will bring it across. Gardner now has it, right side, up top Mosteller. Back with Gardner. Inside Gentry. Gentry, spin move against Broadhead. Bounce pass down low, Gagan. Now back out with Wallwork. They're going to reset. Gagan in the middle. Gardner, kick out. Oh, Gagan, wide open floater for two. Nice ball movement. 33-30, Lone Peak lead. Young to Broadhead for three. Book it! Knights starting to fire on all cylinders as they lead it by 6. 12-point swing in only a matter of minutes. Down low, Gentry. He gets a layup up and in. A back and forth offensive affair here in the third.
Timeout taken by the Falcons.
And a bench warning going against Skyridge. So Lone Peak will retain the basketball after the quick whistle. Young's going to slow it down. He's going to move left to his right. Now he's nearing the wing. Kicks it out Fotheringham, top of the key. Cross court, Caton for three. Bullseye! Lone Peak just cannot be stopped on the offensive end right now. Gardner left open, but pump fake the three. Now he recollects. Here's Gagan right side. Now with Wallwork. Getting it out to Mosteller. Down low, Gagan. Drives baseline. Loses the basketball. On the deck. Fotheringham falls on it. It'll be a jump ball. Lone Peak possession. Knights with their biggest lead of the game now at 7. So here we go. Young now moving to his left, puts his back to the defender. Caton up top, and it looks like an offensive foul will be called on the screen.
Foul committed by number 5, Camden Broadhead. The second personal, first team foul.
Right now, the Knights have a 17-7 advantage here in the third quarter. Here's Gagan on the other end, picks up his dribble. And a three-pointer falls short for Gardner. Here's Fotheringham across the timeline. Crew up top. Looking to get a screen, and he does. Back over to Young. He'll take a three. No good, too strong. Broadhead with a nice rebound. And goes back with the one-hand jammer. The momentum almost unbelievable at this point. And now another turnover. Another timeout for the Falcons as they just cannot stop this wave that the Knights have struck here in the third. Back at Lone Peak High School, the Knights have completely taken over this third quarter. It's a 19-7 advantage for them. And it's really, like I said, a balanced scoring effort overall, leading the way. It's Camden Broadhead with 11, but right behind him, Caton with 10. Meanwhile, on the other end, Falcons just trying to get someone go besides Mosteller, but they've been on a massive drought. Broadhead up top, down low, Fotheringham. He goes up and a layup for two. Falcons still can't be able to stop this offensive pouring. Gagan in the middle, out to Gardner, back Gagan in the middle. Sheffield now has it. Gardner thought about a three. Back inside. Gardner's going to drive. Pump fakes again. Down low, Gentry. He's double teamed. He's got to get it out of there. And it's picked off. Brimhall, though, will overshoot Hughes. Oh, Hughes saves it. Fotheringham with a travel. A rare turnover here in the third for Lone Peak.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 1, Wallwork.
So Sheffield will come back out. And Coach Gardner just telling his players to shoot it. You're seeing in the 2-3 zone, they're being hesitant even though they might have an open look. Walwork up top, getting it inside. Mosteller now has it. Deep 2 baseline, overshoots. Gagan with an offensive rebound. Gagan's going on a one-on-one with Fotheringham. Kick out Gentry. Walwork now, he'll drive, goes up with a layup for 2 and the foul. Ooh, and he took a hard fall baseline. Able to get up, but what a move by the guard. The 5'11" sophomore averaging just over 3 points per game and 3 assists per game as well. Now up to 5 on the game as Gardner will check out and Roberts coming in.
Checks in for the Falcons, replacing Joel Gardner.
Walwork to convert and does. Here comes Lone Peak across the timeline. High pass Fotheringham. Now Skyridge going with his own defense. Fotheringham will take a 3. No good. Brimhall with an offensive rebound. Young back to Fotheringham. Take 2. No. Ball finding its way back to a Lone Peak Knight. Hughes for the layup. Can't get it. Gets his own rebound. And a foul will be called. They're going to call it down low against Skyridge. That will go against Mosteller. That's his 3rd, as well as the team's 3rd here in the 3rd quarter. Wow, a little bit of a trend there. I won't add that Carson wears number 33 as well.
Knights to inbound.
Box formation, inbounds. Here's Fotheringham. Corner 3 double clutch off the side of the backboard. And Mosteller able to save it and get a board. Here's Walwork going coast to coast. Finds Roberts. Back to Walwork. Open 3. No good. And Broadhead gets the rebound. Excuse me, Fotheringham gets the rebound and tips it to Hughes. Now in the corner, Brimhall. Cross court Crew. Now down low. Here's Broadhead. He meets the double team. Brimhall open in the corner. Now to Young. He pops it. Can't find it. But Brimhall, nice effort. Gets the putback up and in. And the final 30 seconds now of the 3rd quarter. Knights with a double-digit lead. Ripken Roberts, mid-range jumper doesn't fall. Young with a board. Young looking to go coast to coast. And a foul will be called. It's a block. Young obviously slow to get up. He took a leap right there. Foul will go against Gagan. That's actually, it's going to go against Gentry. That's his second. Team's 4th.
14 foul.
Young had a hard spill early in the 1st quarter.
Young shoots 2 from the night.
It was his hip on one of the opening possessions. Now able to get to the free throw line. Try and extend this lead beyond 10 points. First free throw up and in.
Now in for the Falcons, number 8.
Gardner checking back in as Roberts comes out.
He replaces Ripken Roberts.
So Young looking to go 2 for 2, make this a 12-point game with under 20 to go. Got it. Trickled in. So here we go. Last shot, Mosteller, he's going to drive, and he's picked off. Hughes to Young. Young spins around behind the back. Seconds will wane. And with 0.3 left, I don't know if Skyridge will be able to get a shot off. Let's see how much time they want to put back on the clock. So they'll convene real quick. My guess is, if anything, it would be around a second. Okay, let's see what they put it at. As of now, it looks like they're keeping it at .3. And half-court shot falls short. So that's how the third quarter will end. Lone Peak completely takes over, and they have a nice advantage, 47-35, as we head into the fourth here on the Rewind Sports Network. We're ready for fourth quarter action on the other end of a 25-8 run. That's how Lone Peak finished that third quarter. They came out of the break with a vengeance and a fury, and it led to them leading 47-35 with 8 to go. Let's see if the Falcons can come up with any last-second adjustments and sneak out of here with a win to move to 1-1 in region play. Meanwhile, Lone Peak trying to move to 2-1. Here's Walwork, left side. Going up against Young. Nice pass down low, Gagan, and he'll be fouled against Broadhead. So that'll be the third against Camden. Something close to watch here. Camden, the team leader in points right now with 11.
Zach Gagan shoots 2 for the Falcons.
So Gagan now looking to shoot 2. And he misses the first. The 6'3 senior averaging just under 10 points per game. Has 4 here tonight. Able to go 1 for 2. Cuts the lead down to 11. Here's Young on the other end. Out to Fotheringham. Skyridge going with a 2-3 zone to mimic the Knights. Fotheringham, corner to Hughes, wide open, no good. Gentry with a nice rebound. Here's Walwork, right side. Brings it out up top. Now with Gardner, back Walwork. In the middle, kick it out Mosteller, down low Gagan. Gagan kicks it out. Walwork, down low Gentry. Gentry drives baseline, back out to Walwork. Here's Mosteller. Mosteller pump fakes. He'll take a sidestep 3. It's open. Can't take it to the bank. Gentry with a nice board and a block down low by Broadhead.
Out of bounds, Falcons ball.
So we'll stay here with Skyridge. Last touch by a Knight. Falcons looking to inbound. They find Gentry. Now in the corner, Gardner. Gardner's going to drive. Picks up his dribble. And then recollects. Fires for 3 and hits. That's a shot they needed. Just the 4th point for Gardner here in tonight's game. Here's Fotheringham on the other end. Hughes in the corner. Drives baseline. Oh, and uses that muscle to get an easy 2. Here's Gardner on the other end. Out to Gagan for 3. Got it! Falcons starting to find themselves once more on the offensive end. It's a 7-point game. Now moving with a 1-2-2. Brimhall down low. Nice pass to Broadhead for the easy layup.
Camden Broadhead for Logan Brimhall.
Here's Gardner, another 3. Can't get it, but Mosteller gets the long rebound on the other side. Gentry thought about firing from downtown. Instead, it's Walwork going to the rack. Can't get it. Gentry with the put back up and in. A back and forth affair here in the 4th. Back to a 7-point game. Here's Young looking to go to the rack. Hard contact, and he gets a kiss off the glass for 2. And timeout called by Lone Peak. It'll be a full timeout, so we'll take it with him. It's 53 Lone Peak, 44 Skyridge. Back at Lone Peak High School, coming out of the Knights timeout, where they lead it by 9 with just under 5.5 minutes to go in the 4th. Falcons with the basketball, able to find their offense here in the fourth and balance out what Mosteller's been able to do all game, especially from downtown. But can they stop the Knights' fire offense that has just come to life here in the second half? And an early turnover, that's just what you couldn't have if you were Skyridge. So it's going back to Lone Peak as they look to reestablish a double-digit lead. Young looking to coach Engel for the play. Here's Hughes, left side. Cross court, Fotheringham. Back to Young. Has it near the logo. 5 minutes to go. Hughes. Between the legs. Oh, nice take. And a foul will be called on the drive. And it looks like they're going to count the bucket. What a take. So Hughes able to get to the rack for two and the foul. He's up to 6 points now in the game, near his season average of 6.6. Ref having a quick talk with Hughes at the line. Looking to convert, and he does. It rattles in. Here come the Falcons the other way. They're going to have to play an almost perfect final 4 minutes if they want to get out of here with a win. Wallwork down low, kicks it out. Gentry up to Gagan. Gagan now guarded by Young. Gagan going right. Nice spin move. Tough jumper. Leaves it a little too strong. Mosteller out to Sheffield. Now back to Gagan. Oh, Gagan, a beautiful spin move. Down low to the rack. Leaves it short, but second opportunity drops. Back to a 10-point game. Young picked off, but a reach-in foul called. It'll stay here with the Knights. That's the second team foul against Skyridge. And Zach's second personal foul. Here's Hughes, left side, up top Fotheringham. He finds Brimhall. And a 3-second call will be called down low in the paint, so a turnover for Lone Peak. So here we go. Falcons with a chance to cut it back to single digits. Gentry has it right side. Handoff Wallwork. He's left open for three, so he'll take it. Can't cash it in. But stolen away. Sheffield gets the steal. Gentry with the drive. Layup up and in. Back to an 8-point game. Fotheringham in the corner. Brimhall. Now back up with Crew. Knights want to take their time. 3.5 to go now in the game. Young in a one-on-one with Wallwork. Has it near the logo. Looks to Coach Engel for the call. Crew has it left side. 10 seconds on the shot clock. Something's got to go. Looking for a screen from Broadhead. He's not going to take it. He's going to move left. It's a one-on-one with Gagan. Tough turnaround jumper. Connects. What a great move by Fotheringham. Wallwork, meanwhile, on the other end. Gets a screen, drives to the rack, high off the glass, no good. Gentry leaves it short on the putback, and Fotheringham with the board. Young, spin move out of a defensive pressure. He's going to go all the way, leaves it short. Hughes, put back up and in. Lead up to 12. Here's Gentry. Thought about a three and said it's Gagan. Popping, can't get it. Gets his own rebound though. Kicks it out. Sheffield for three. Book it. And looks like we have a foul. Refs are converging. Let's see what happens. It looks like it's going to go against Broadhead. Maybe not. Maybe it's a... Okay, so it's offsetting penalties on both. Broadhead was just talking his case with the referee. So Lone Peak will still retain possession.
Checking in for the Falcons, number 4, Ripken Roberts, and number 11, Joe Gardner.
Just under 2.5 minutes to go here. Knights with a 9-point lead as the refs stop clock once again. Meeting on the right side of the court. Now coming to the scores table. So one ref talking with 3 Knights, another one talking with Broadhead as the third referee at the scores table. I don't know if anything I can see has changed from a scoreboard perspective. They just added the foul. So Broadhead now with 4 personal. Something of note to watch. Skyridge going to pick up that press. Hughes able to break. Here's Brimhall up to Broadhead and down for the layup. Easy 2. Meanwhile, on the other end, Gardner for 3. No good. Fotheringham with the rebound. Here's Young in the fast break. Able to get a defender off and get another layup. 13-point lead now for Lone Peak, under 2 to go. Roberts, he'll take a 3. Cash it. Skyridge still able to just hang around for a moment. Hughes breaking. It's a numbers game. Oh my goodness, he tried to defy gravity. And they're going to call a blocking foul down low. Falcons fans think it's a charge. They thought their defense was standing still. Now Gardner talking with the referee. The referee saying he took a one-step slide to try and get the charge. Meanwhile, Hughes missing the first free throw. And Hughes going 1 for 2 as the second one rattles in. Here's Roberts. Finding his way through defenders. Gardner now has it. Out to Roberts. In the middle, out to Mosteller. Deep 3. No good. He's fallen cold here in the second half. Roberts with an offensive rebound, but it falls over to Young. Timeout called by Lone Peak.
Timeout taken by the Knights.
And it looks like Brimhall may be down on the far end. He's slow to get up. And now he does. Just walking a little bit gingerly. Coming up next for the Falcons, they'll be playing Corner Canyon at home, who ranks 10th in the state, before heading on the road to play number 5, American Fork. Then they'll take a couple games of a break in region play where they'll be on the road at Weber before hosting Summit Academy. Meanwhile, for the Knights, coming up next, they'll be on the road at Lehigh before staying at home again, a non-region game. This time they'll be playing Judge Memorial Catholic on the 23rd. Then they have a 4 straight game stretch where they're playing a ranked opponent. At 23 Syracuse, at Corner Canyon number 10 versus American Fork number 5, and then at Skyridge again, who as of right now is number 12. Coach Engel looking to get into the double-digit column on the win side for the first time in his career. Currently at 9-7 here in his first year. And Coach Gardner looking to get to win 131 and avoid loss 101. So just over a minute to go here. Knights with an 11-point lead. With the win, they would move to 10-7 on the year, 2-1 in region play. As it currently stands, they're second in region. American Fork standing first at 2-0. They follow behind at 1-1, tied with Lehigh. And then at the back, it's Skyridge and Corner Canyon at 0-1.
Better than an energy drink. Checkbooks, Leland, and fans in Highland.
So Lone Peak basketball looking at inbound at baseline. Four players in double digits for the Knights as Fotheringham collects the inbound pass. He finds Caton. Caton gets it blocked. Roberts has it. Back to Mosteller. Mosteller for three. Got it in the foul! Are you kidding me? Brings it back within single digits. With a free throw right here, he could make it a 7-point game. 23 points tonight. 17 of those coming in the first half. Free throw, up and in, nothing but net. Gentry's going to check back in, and Mosteller's going to check out.
He's in for Cole Caton.
Young looking at inbound. He finds Fotheringham in the corner. Fotheringham facing that double team, gets it out to Brimhall, and Brimhall will be fouled. So that will be the 15th foul against the Falcons. It'll send Brimhall to the free throw line.
Foul committed by number 4, Ripken Roberts. His first personal.
So Brimhall with 2 shots at the stripe, looking to extend this to a 9-point game. Under a minute to go now here in this contest. First one, too strong. Mosteller back in for offensive reasons.
Carson Mosteller checks in for Hunter Sheffield.
Brimhall looking to go 1 for 2, extend this lead. Got it. 8-point game. Here's Wallwork on the other end. Trying to go coast to coast. He kicks it out. Roberts, now he's going to drive. Layup up and in. Timeout Skyridge, as it's now just a 2-possession game. It'll be a 30-second timeout, so we'll stay right here once more. Some of the key games in the past for both of these squads. Falcons played number 1 Timpview, lost that one by 19 on the 6th of December. On December 13th, they played host to number 3 Westlake, where they lost that one by 13. They beat 14 Layton by 11 and lost their first region game just a few nights ago against Lehigh by 23. Meanwhile, for Lone Peak, losing by 8 to number 2 Layton Christian, as well as Bingham 60-51, number 9 Orem 73-60, but got a number 10 win against Corner Canyon 54-45 on January 9th before falling at American Fork 77-63. So Falcons will obviously look to continue to foul and hope that Lone Peak misses to slowly chip away at this deficit. Hard to believe at one point it was the Falcons leading by 6 early in the third, but the Knights just flipped that on its head when they finished that quarter on a 25-8 run. Haven't looked back since. So Brimhall would be the one to inbound. He's looking, finds Fotheringham. Fotheringham double teamed. Cross court, Young. Young pushing a defender off. Over to Fotheringham. Fotheringham double teamed. Finds Brimhall wide open. Back up top, Young. And now Mosteller will foul. 31 seconds to go, so shot clock will be turned off for the remainder of the game. Mosteller now with his 4th personal. You have to think if you want some chance of coming back in this one, you have to keep him in the game, especially for the offensive points you're going to need to score. So Fotheringham back at the line, looking to extend this to a 3-possession game, and he's short. Still a 6-point game. Crew looking to make it 7. Does. Falcons are going to have to go quick here, and they're going to need a 3. Here's Gagan at the top. Knights going into a man defense. Gagan picks up his dribble. Time is winding down. He's got to get this off. Here's Gentry driving to the basket. Gets a layup for 2.
Timeout taken by the Falcons.
Another timeout called. So now it's a 5-point game with just about 17 seconds to go. It's a 30-second timeout. So once again, we're sticking right here. Falcons right at their season average of 62 points per game. Knights a little bit over it, 67 when they typically average 63.6. Rebounding had to be critical for the Falcons as their season average is just under 25 and Lone Peak averages over 30, and you can really tell because of that size down low with Broadhead and Fotheringham. They can play a big factor, and you have to think that did here tonight. Lots of balanced scoring, though, for Lone Peak. Hughes with 10, Young with 13, Fotheringham with 11, Broadhead with 15, and Brimhall with 8. A couple more people in double figures for the Falcons. Gagan with 10 and Gentry with 10, but Mosteller with 24. As mentioned before, 17 of those 24 coming in the first half. Timeout, Lone Peak to combat what Skyridge just came up with. It's going to be a full timeout, so we'll take it with them. It's a 5-point game with 16.6 seconds to go. Welcome back to the final seconds here in the fourth as Lone Peak leads at 67-62 with the basketball. Looking to inbound this one and try and get out of here with a win. They've just gone 1 for 2 at each free throw trip as Skyridge has purposely fouled them here on the fourth. As we've seen that lead dwindle, a foul is going to be called that will go against Walwork before the ball is inbounded. So Walwork will pick up his 4th and will make the long trek over to the other free throw line for 2 free throws. Young with an impressive 13 points here tonight. Averages just under 16 a game as he rattles in the first free throw. Still a 2-possession game. Now it's at 6. A miss here is crucial for Skyridge's hopes. Looking to go 2 for 2, and he does. That's the big one. Falcons got to go quick, and they got to go from 3. Mosteller from deep. Got it to go. Oh, my goodness. He just cannot miss tonight. Now up to 27 on the game. It's another full timeout, so once again, we will take it with him. A 4-point game with 11 seconds to go here on the Rewind Sports Network. We're back for the final seconds here of the fourth. I thought I would say that. I thought I meant it last time I said it, but now it's for real. So Lone Peak with the basketball, looking to inbound it. Brimhall finds Fotheringham, and there's a quick foul.
Foul committed by number 2, Hunter Sheffield.
So we'll make the long journey once again.
Knights win the bonus.
10 seconds to go here. 4-point game. Crew looking to extend that up to 6.
Fotheringham shoots 2 for the Knights.
Fotheringham with 11 points here tonight. Now make it 12. Other free throw, cashing it in.
Number 33, Carson Moscow.
So 10 seconds to go. No timeouts left for the Falcons, so whatever happens after this possession just has to go.
He replaces Hunter Sheffield.
Here's Gagan. 4-3. Can't get it to go. Broadhead a rebound, and a foul will be called down low. A little chippy down there as Broadhead's pulled away.
Foul committed by number 3, Zach.
So Gagan picks up his 4th personal. And once again, we're going to make the long trek back over to the other side of the court. And Broadhead will look to put this one away for good.
Broadhead shoots 2 for the Knights.
Broadhead with an impressive 15 points here tonight. And can't get the first one to drop. This would make it a 3-possession game. No good. Here come the Falcons. Picked off for a moment. Wall work at the buzzer. Doesn't go, and that will do it. The Knights get out of here thanks to a huge third quarter and 4 players in double figures as they win it 71-65. Thank you, everyone, for tuning into tonight's edition of the Rewind Sports Network. We were so glad to have you with us. I'm Nate Thatcher, and we hope to have you again soon. Good evening and good night. We'll see you next time.